Okay, people. Now we have this very big news that's facing us. We have, Vladimir Putin has invaded part of Ukraine, Crimea, and he's been sending troops there, and he's got his army and everything there, and so that's really like he's ripped off part of Crimea. Now, I heard that he is blocking tonight. He's blocking the Straits of Kerch. It's called Kerch, and that's you see the Black Sea. There's the Black Sea is an ocean like that, and then there's a little small sea up in the north, which is called the Sea of Azov, and Crimea and Russia. They come together and they isolate that little bit of ocean there that's called the Sea of Azov, and he's blocked that so that the Ukrainians, who they have the coastline, they have part of the coastline is there, and the other part of the coastline is on the other side in the Black Sea. Part of the coastline is on that Sea of Azov, and he's blocked the exit so the Ukrainian ships can't get in or out, and all those ports, all the people who live on that coast, they can't get any ships coming in. So he's blocking that, and so that's it's big trouble. Big trouble. I mean, that's all trouble. It's trouble for everybody. And it's trouble for Germany and Austria, who are the main creditors for the Ukrainian economy. So this is all bad neighborhood problems for everybody, for all of Europe and for America too. So, anyways, the situation for Obama is just like desperate now. And Obama had this big problem coming up at the end of March, which is the Joe Arpaio revelation of all the secrets of the second criminal investigation, which Arpaio just kicked off like a couple of months ago. And he's following two criminal investigations about Obama, which are being investigated by the cold case posse, Arpaio's cold case posse with Mike Zullo. So anyways, there's this, because of all of this stuff is happening right now. So I'm coming forth with this article which I'm making about a radio interview, which I did last week with a guy called Mike Zullo, who's an excellent person, who's got this radio show, which is it's the only birther radio show in the whole world. And I was on there. I did a 2-hour interview there, and I also acted as a co-host and interviewed Phil Berg. Phil Berg is the first lawyer who did a lawsuit about Obama's birth certificate. And Phil Berg is actually a Democrat himself, and he is a member of the Democratic Party. And he filed several lawsuits against Obama for his birth certificate. So during the interview, which lasted for 2 hours, and I've never done any radio interviews, so this was a big first for me. It's not easy to do an interview. So I did this interview, and a guy came on who was called Tim, and he said, "I know Gare Smith. He's king of Shambhala before it's news, and I've known him for years. And he's what he says, Gare Smith is an exceptional person because he speaks the truth. He says that Obama had 666, which was drawn in the lottery in Chicago, in his hometown, on the day after his election. And he says what Gare says over and over again is true. That is true. That's a fact." And so I said, yeah. I said, thanks for calling. I want that truth to get out. I want to say that truth everywhere to everybody so people hear it. So anyways, you people listen to the radio interview. You listen to me talking to Tim. And you listen, and I say, yeah, I learned about this 666 in Newsweek. It was in Newsweek, the newspaper. That's where I learned about it. So this article is really important because we're entering into the Twilight zone now with Vladimir Putin, and we've got the Joe Arpaio presser coming up at the end of March. So we're right in the Twilight zone with Obama. I call this the apocalypse. I say this is the apocalypse. I say Obama's the Antichrist. So you people listen to the interview with Mike Zullo last week. Listen to the co-hosts. Listen to the people who I talked to I interview. And then look at what's happening with Vladimir Putin and everything. And we've got Joe Arpaio coming up in a couple of weeks now, 3 weeks. So you people get ready. I think we're getting right into the dark of night.